Alright, what's up guys? It is time to cast some more Wesnoth with my buddy Hardwood here. How you doing today?
Awesome. Hey, I'm doing great. Hello,
Awesome.
ladies and gentlemen. Can I say it? I would love to say it. Can I
Alright,
say it?
sure.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rosewood broadcast. Is that a good name? I think it's a great name.
I actually like that a lot. That's pretty good.
All
Rosewood.
right.
Alright.
Share
Well,
screen.
yeah, I should probably share very professional casting here. Just like not sharing my screen with my buddy here. Alright.
It's okay. This is the blooper reel
Blooper
still.
reels. Yes, Discord doesn't want to let me show you unless I minimize the window first. All right, you getting that?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
Envy says, just tell him to watch the stream with sound on. That definitely won't introduce any problems at all, right?
Okay, so actually this map is called Scarred Foothills.
Scarred
And
Foothills.
I don't know a lot about this map, in fact. What I do know is that it's a pretty unique map with a lot of uh, fronts to fight on.
Okay.
Basically, you can see the villages are all like scattered over the map, right? So
I see that.
switching around the map actually can be a pretty big deal in on this map, because imagine you would get your opponent to concentrate his units in one part of the map and then you just wrong foot him, like do a
Sure.
switcheroo. Yeah.
Yeah, although this doesn't seem to be all that mobile to me in some ways because there's only, well, we have one keep at the south and one keep at the north and no keeps anywhere else, right?
Yeah, it's I mean, the leaders are not that mobile. It's more that
The
you're not
armies.
sure, never really sure where the fight is going to take place, because there's just so many places to attack. I mean,
I
that's what
see.
I think about it. Maybe it's a noob comment because I don't know the map that well.
Sure.
But
No,
okay,
I could
yeah, the
see it.
matchup is Undead against Dwarf. Both are new races which we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And Undead, just like a short summary of their resume, if you will.
Sure.
They specialize in high damage per hex, and their units are really fragile. So it's kind of like, will these brittle bones and these adepts manage to kill units before they get killed? You can even
Sure.
kill undead units at night even if you have lawful units. They're just so fragile.
Right, especially if you have that impact damage, which tends to break their brittle bones pretty easily. If we look at this bone shooter, that's minus 20%. You know, he's taking a lot of extra impact damage, a lot of extra fire, a ton of extra arcane. Although, luckily for him, as far as I know, dwarves don't have a way to produce arcane damage, do they?
They don't. Also, I should say that about blade damage. Blade damage actually works pretty well against skeletons,
Does it?
even though they resist it because it's 40% as opposed to pierce, which is 60%.
Hmm,
But the thing about skeletons is they have such low HP. He's level 2. You can see he only has 40 hit
I
points.
see that.
That's even less than some dwarvish level 1 units
Right,
sometimes.
right.
Blade, because the thing with rounding in Wesnoth is that the values get rounded towards the original value if it's a 0.5,
Mm-hmm.
and otherwise they get rounded to the closest integer. So actually that blade 40%, it doesn't give you the full 40% damage reduction at
I see,
times,
I
if that
see.
makes
Interesting.
sense. Yeah.
I didn't know
Okay.
that. But
All right.
anyway, so we've got Caritas, who we have actually seen play before. I believe he was the troll in that one game. He was a troll rock lobber.
Yep.
Versus Matyi, which is a player I don't think we've casted before.
Yep, we haven't seen Matyi before, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Me too. Although I will say, just with these random heroes, it seems a little bit awkward in terms of, would you really want to have a trapper versus undead?
No, you
That
never
pierce
want to.
damage.
You rarely ever want to have a trapper, to be honest. The
Right.
trapper is, and most people would agree that it's the worst hero of dwarves,
Yes, very, very
because you
awkward.
see him, he's just he doesn't do that much damage in melee, that much damage in ranged. He doesn't even have that much HP, even though his HP is the best thing about him.
Right. And
So
what's
it's
even
quite
more
awkward.
awkward, what's even more awkward is that very few undead units care that much about pierce damage. So,
Actually, the Trapper is yeah, they're all resistant to Pierce, but I wanted to say the Trapper is decent at killing ghosts. And then in this
ah,
matchup, you actually see a lot of ghosts because ghosts are okay. So basically, short history lesson
mm-hmm,
about undead versus dwarf matchup.
sure,
Dwarves have a unit that called the Ulfzerker,
okay,
who basically fights for 30 rounds
right.
of exchanging blows with a unit
Pretty much until somebody
before,
dies,
yeah,
usually.
until someone dies, he will just fight in melee. He has no range attack, but basically you use him to take out all the frail adepts
Mm-hmm,
who have no melee attack.
right,
So Ulfzerker is owning adept, so it's kind of hard to do something about him in a cost-effective fashion. So people started recruiting a lot of ghosts because they're mobile, they can kill wolves, and they're also pretty hard to kill with other dwarvish units
right,
who are
right.
mostly melee. Now the Trapper is actually decent at killing ghosts.
Is
He
he?
is the ghost buster, if you will, because at night he gets 7-4 damage, and that gets rounded, like I just said,
Right.
to its original value after being halved by the ghost's 50% resistances to
Mm-hmm.
physical damage. So he gets 4-4. And ghosts, they only have 18 hit points, so
That's true. It's very low.
he could actually do some damage.
You know, you might say that busting makes him feel good. You could say that.
Yeah, you could. You're gonna have to explain that one to me
Oh,
after,
you
though.
don't see. You made no, no, no. You made a Ghostbusters reference, so I just assumed
Oh
you
man,
knew the theme song. The
no,
guy
I didn't
yells
know. I'm such a noob,
in the
man.
theme song. He says, "Bustin' makes me feel good."
I
Ghostbusters.
don't even remember that. I'm such a noob.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to send you that song later. It's great.
All right.
All right. Well, let's just play some of these. Let's see. Play some of these turns and see what the first spawns are. So I'm assuming a Griffin Rider is pretty standard because that's
Wow,
a
that's a
scout
lot
unit.
of outlaws.
That is a lot of
Okay,
outlaws.
yeah. So those thieves, they have backstab. So backstab is an ability that if you have another unit diametrically opposite
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of the unit that you're attacking. So say like you have a unit sandwiched between two thieves,
Right.
because that's an easy example. The thieves on attack will do double damage
Yep.
to that unit. So at night, that strong thief does 12-3 if it's
It's
backstabbing.
quite a lot of damage. And he has two of them, so in theory he could just sort of, you know, even though it's melee, it's blade damage, and presumably will be reduced a bit. I suspect he could kill just about anything if he just
Yeah, you
sandwiched
can
it.
even use the thief to kill a ghost. I
Sure.
mean, that's just how vicious these thieves are, really.
Do you suppose that
And
Caritas
mhm.
built this team as sort of like just a chaos team due to his leader? You know, he probably doesn't know he's up against undead, right?
Well, actually, Hodder, that's what we call it, Hodder, hoods of the outlaw reign or something.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So mostly outlaw unit is called the Hodder style, and its specialty is in making brutal night rushes,
Mm-hmm.
especially on maps that are harder to block off. So I think this could actually be pretty good because these units, they are pretty mobile, especially with
Mm-hmm.
a griffin, and there are a lot of villages to attack. There's lots of places that you can backstab, so I quite like it.
Right.
And those footpads, they are really good against undead because they do both melee and ranged attacks. So any skeleton that you hit it with, and basically any unit that you hit it with, will risk being retailed
Right, and it's all
for
impact
quite some
damage.
damage.
It's all impact,
Yeah,
so.
the 5-2 sling that becomes 7-2 because of the at night against the
Mm-hmm.
skeleton.
Quite
So
good.
imagine you would try to shoot that guy with a skeleton archer. He dodges everything because he's on 60% or 70%, and then he makes half your archer's hit points in damage. It's just so evil.
Sure. I have to see what the undead made though, because I'm curious. You know, this is going to be very. It's going to be a strange matchup because they're designed to fight at night, right? So it's kind of night
Yeah, well,
versus
all
night,
right.
chaos versus chaos.
So he chooses to go with 2 skeletons and 2 adepts, also a ghost in the initial rush.
That's going to be
So
good for
these
him.
skeletons, they do 9-3 at night. They're the most damaging skeleton. They're the axe
Mm-hmm.
murderers.
Mm-hmm.
And the adepts, 2 adepts, that's pretty standard. So you would use these adepts to have just 4 magic attacks on any units in a village, and that just gives you your chance to kill.
Sure. Very, very big. I don't want to say guaranteed, but pretty reliable damage, you know.
Very reliable, yeah.
And as I recall, dwarves tend to have, well, these are outlaw units rather than the actual dwarvish units, but they tend to
Hmm.
have pretty good resistances to everything. But the outlaw units have good resistance to arcane, so I guess he'll be using his cold attack instead, right?
Well, they're humans, so they're resistant to arcane damage.
Mm.
But actually, you can mouse over footpads and thieves. They're pretty weak to physical attacks because they
Ah,
have
they
such
are.
light armor. Especially Blade. Blade is 30% resistances,
Yeah.
minus resistances. So actually, you can get a lot of
He
damage
could get one
with.
shots with these skeletons at night,
Yep, yep. It's these skeletons, man. They're just built to hack up these outlaws.
right?
So, okay, I'm interested to see where the fight will take place
I
and how
think
the village grabbing
I
goes.
think we're gonna see an awful lot of pillaging from the dwarf side. I don't know. I don't see this turning into a drag-out brawl very soon, you know. And also, I stand
Yeah, this
corrected.
is a really deadly matchup. Hmm.
I stand corrected. They're actually, I completely missed it. There's a little keep off to the side here. I didn't know that.
Oh, I thought when you said 2 keeps that you meant those two.
No, I
Well,
just meant
okay,
like the
whatever.
main
Yeah,
keep and then the other main keep. I didn't even see this little guy off to the
yeah.
side. So I
I mean,
assume this is pretty
yeah,
standard to get another round of recruits off your second turn.
yeah. Those 2 guys, they can actually hold the other side. That's what it looks like to me, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have that many villages on the other side. Just I only see that one over there, so
Sure.
probably it's much easier to hold. Maybe you can go with a thief and a poacher and have some chance to kill a frail unit like, I don't know, Elvish Scout or whatever.
Sure, sure. It might be an unpleasant surprise for him to learn that he's up against Undead, but I guess we'll see how his strategy changes after first contact, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so the Bat is a wonderful pillager and is sent just to take this on his side of the map, but I suspect we're going to see the Bat heading south soon. Got another Adept, another Skeleton Warrior. It's pretty standard, right?
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Actually, what interests me is that adept in the very back. Why did he take the adept in the back? Because the
Mm,
adept over there can't really reach anywhere to hit on the first night.
yeah,
So maybe it could have been a different unit because the adept, it costs more money to buy that guy.
that's
But
true.
okay, he still made another adept. Maybe there will be some kind of attack. Who knows?
Maybe, but yeah, that's an interesting point. This guy in the back, Rioridoc, I guess his name is. He's not going to see much action for a while. But I suspect that maybe maybe Matyi is planning on doing something similar to that I thought the dwarf was going to do. Maybe he's just going to skirmish and kind of like grab villages via pillaging, and maybe he's not even trying to rush the first night. But you're supposed to, right?
You're kind of supposed to, yeah. There's
Okay.
some matchups, especially as Undead, where the first night pressure would just be marvelous. It would
Mm,
be so wonderful to have it. And if you don't have it, well, the second night, there's already a lot of units. It's
I
hard
see.
to attack from so many hexes.
This strikes me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, this strikes me as a matchup because the other guy has gotten nothing but chaos units too. This strikes me as a matchup where they could turtle a little more safely. Is that right?
Well, you could. Actually, I'm not sure about the chances for both matches because it's so rare you see a full harder recruit against undead.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually used for attacking like rushing lawful races or
Sure,
something
sure.
similar. But actually, it might not be that bad against undead just in a long game because you have these footpads, these thieves and poachers.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually pretty good at killing the undead main unit of choice for a long game,
Mm-hmm.
which is ghosts for the front line.
Sure. All right. So we see the griffin kind of carefully going hex by hex to
Yep.
explore.
Now he scouts that it is undead. He
Sure.
says, "Oh my god, this guy, he is." Well, actually, maybe he doesn't say that because he might not see a real attack coming. Yeah,
Right.
actually, I wouldn't be that scared if I was dwarf because I see these adepts. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
really.
You know
And
what's interesting
yeah,
is that I don't think the undead sees it. I believe that the griffin can see what's going on. You know, one,
yeah,
two, three,
yeah.
4, 5, easily, yes. But I don't think the undead has actually seen it yet, because they just don't have units that move. Wait, no, he sees it. He sees these dudes with his bat.
He sees the units, but not the griffin, which
Yeah,
I
he doesn't
thought
see the
is what.
griffin.
Yeah. So actually, vision in this game is calculated as just the attack range.
Yeah,
So
the
if you can
movement.
attack something, you can see him.
Sure.
And the reason why he cannot see the griffin is because of all the terrain obstructions in the
Right, right, right.
way. The griffin flies over them, so it doesn't get obstructed by them.
Sure, sure. I'm gonna say hi to some people in the chat. How you doing, Krogan? It looks like Krogan's in our Twitch right now. Very good player. We've
Hey, Grogan.
casted several times now. And
Yeah.
Dashu Fefnis, am I saying that right? Welcome to the stream. And everyone else who is lurking. Hedge
Okay,
Noir, what's
awesome.
up?
Oh, hey, Hage Noir.
I assume you know
If we
this
say
person?
your name wrong, please correct us.
Yes, definitely. Um, I'm very bad with names, but I try my best. All right, let's see. So our adept is just kind of collecting villages, fine. He's staying out of the combat for the first night, I guess. He's backing
Well,
off.
okay, another skeleton. So that's actually a pretty defensive play, which I mean, it makes sense considering he's not going to do a real attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see these adepts, they're just scattered all around the place. There's
Sure.
not going to be two adepts that can hit one village.
Right.
So actually, skeleton is a unit you get to defend. So it might turn out to be like a longer game,
Yeah.
just because of these recruitment choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is interesting. I think I agree with you entirely. I don't think we're going to see any kind of big moves this first night. Although maybe the dwarf will press.
He could. He has those thieves, but thieves against melee skeletons, that's not really a fight you want to do.
No.
You can backstab him, but he might just chop you into pieces.
Sure. Sure, he might. I wonder how interesting the game would be if backstab, instead of doing double damage, actually was just no retail.
No retail? Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Actually, probably you would still prefer the double damage because
probably.
backstabbing is used for breaking positions, but
Sure,
no
sure.
retail. Well, your thief might die from the counterattack next turn anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Fair point. It's just when I think of backstabbing, I think of like the person's surprised and they can't, do anything about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I guess double damage makes sense. Makes a lot of sense too. Anyway, he moved up a bit, but he's still kind of playing it safe.
Uh, you mean for which side?
The dwarf. He
Yeah.
didn't actually swing at all. I'm
Well,
I'm just
he's out of
curious.
range of most of the units that
That's
would
true.
actually be able to kill him, so
Oh,
he's kind of okay.
we see two skeletons go for the kill on the
Wow,
footpad.
so many hits. Okay, he dodged the last one.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I should
So he
probably do?
survives.
Sorry to interrupt you. I just realized I have the audio turned off, I think, on the game itself.
Oh yeah. Man, I was wondering why this is like such a quiet cast this time around.
I just had turned it off to test things. And we already see the peanut gallery coming in, by the way. Kasia13 thinks that Caritas is the best. So Caritas has like a little a cheerleader, who's apparently only
Yeah,
13. Might have to check
I
the
would
local
love to
laws on
have
that.
a cheerleading group, man.
Yeah, that would be good. Um, but I don't know. You have to be good at the game first, so I don't think I'm gonna get my own cheer squad anytime soon.
And that is why you should get good at the game, guys, so you can have cheerleaders.
I see. Well, that footbat is running for his life. Doesn't want to get slaughtered by skeletons.
Running for the hills, one might say.
See, I get it when you reference songs. I understand.
Actually, I was talking about the actual hill in front of the village also.
Ah, okay. I thought you were referencing the is that an Iron Maiden song, I think? Run to the Hills?
Is
Maybe.
it? I didn't even know, man. I'm
Ah,
such a
man.
noob.
Oh no. You
Oh.
gotta play some old school Guitar Hero and you'll know these references, you see. But anyway, look at this just sick line of bad boys here.
Yeah.
You know, is he just kind of showcasing his units? Is this on purpose? I
Yeah,
wonder.
I don't really understand that. Maybe he is. He doesn't really have a need to make such a solid Zoc line. Maybe that's just how the units ended up
Yeah.
being. Who
It
knows?
looks cool, I will say that.
Yeah, actually, I think this is reaching the very dangerous point for too many outlaws in this matchup
Right.
because outlaws, they're good early in the game when they have hexes to hit.
Sure, sure.
Later on, these poachers, they will run into just units that can, like skeletons. There's already a lot of skeletons. The
Right.
thieves won't be able to backstab anymore. And things will just steadily get worse and worse as the game
Sure.
goes along.
Well, but your prediction of seeing Ulf Zerkers is already coming true. You noticed that ever since he
Yeah,
found out
that's
that he was
true.
up against dwarf, or excuse me, up against undead, we got just not just one but two Ulf Zerkers just ready to tear up some adept flesh. So perhaps we'll see that soon. I'm interested to see. I mean, I guess this footpad just gets away, because he can't. The dwarf can't chase him down, can he? Or excuse me, the undead can't chase him down.
He cannot. If he tries to press forward, it will be soon not his time of day
Mm-hmm.
because it's already first watch and he's not in range of the village, and the footpad's buddy will probably just cover for him on
Sure.
the village.
I see. All right. Well, let's just see how this first night ends up. We're running out of moonlight.
Okay, so actually, I still don't get the game sound, but I assume you're getting it on your side, so
Sure, sure,
should
sure.
be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's playing into for the Twitch people.
Okay, so all right, just hitting the adept, hitting the footpad with a skill doesn't make any hits. That's what you
Yeah,
get with 70%.
right. And he suffers retal. So this isn't looking so spicy for the undead right now. But
Yeah, it's not that good, but it's not like he's going to lose the skeleton or
sure,
anything.
sure,
He will
sure.
have the village and retreat in the village.
Well, he's
Yeah.
got an awful lot of adepts just kind of menacingly crowding around this combat. So
Yeah, it's menacing, but only if you keep units in their range,
right,
They're just saying like get off our turf
get
at
out
this
of my
point.
hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
And
not
they actually
particularly
do have
mobile.
hoods
Yes, they
in
do.
their robes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's just part of their gang affiliation, you see. That's like their colors. I guess it's kind of a, what is this? Would you say that's a gray? No, more of a black. All right, so black and gray. That's their gang colors.
Yeah, I guess you can find a lot of adepts these days in young people. They dress like adepts also.
That's true. You gotta watch out for those hoods. All right. I see that we're moving backwards and summoning more dudes.
Another footpad. We just call them footies in the Wesnoth community.
I see. See, footpads make a lot of sense to me in this matchup just because of that impact damage and the fact that they fight well at night. Really punishing the undead on his own turf.
Definitely. You can also use them even at day, and because it's impact, it will still do 5-2
Sure.
against the skeleton, and it's ranged.
Yeah.
So
No
it's
retal.
like some free damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually a pretty good unit early in the game when you still have those hexes to hit.
Yeah.
Undead has a pretty hard time dealing with footpads. You
Yeah.
have to get a lot of units to be able to sufficiently block the area off so you don't just get swarmed.
Sure, and the fact that they have that 70% is just so incredible on villages. It's kind of a natural, in this matchup, it seems like a very natural unit to just camp on villages with.
Oh yeah, it's really evil. You can even use it to threaten enemy villages. Once you get a footy on a village, man, that's so hard to take out.
Sure, I guess you would pretty much have to use adepts, right? To do it with
You have to
reliability.
use adepts at day, and then you might not even kill the footpad, and then he makes retail, and then your adept gets ulfed,
Sure.
and you just cry.
Alright, I want to talk about something real fast, because this is something I've been curious about for a while. Because I'm just such an edgy kid, I've always wanted to be good at Undead in this game, and I'm very curious. Okay, so he made a walking corpse here. And these are certainly handy in campaigns because, well, the computer is dumb and lets you get as many last hits with them as you want, and you can get a huge army of them. Okay, fine. But in
Yeah.
multiplayer, is this ever a good unit? Like, do people actually
Actually,
get
yes.
hordes of
Walking
undead?
corpse is pretty decent unit if you're just looking to hold a village
Mm-hmm.
from some other unit that can't really kill it. Like footpads in the day, they have trouble killing a walking corpse on 60% defense on a
I
village.
see.
So the one thing about the walking corpse is it doesn't eat any up. So you save money in the long term by recruiting a walking corpse if you don't lose it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even use it at day because you see this guy, he is fearless.
Yeah.
So the thing about fearless units is even though they may be chaotic or lawful,
Uh-huh.
they do not fight worse. They do not receive a malice at their
Ah, yeah.
wrong time of day.
Right.
So he would do 6-2. He does 7-2 now because it's nighttime and he's
Sure.
chaotic, but he would still do 6-2 even if it were day or if it were dusk.
Yeah, he's just too brainless to be afraid of the light. So,
Yep.
So do you actually see them using their plague ability that much, though? Getting the kill and getting more walking corpses. Is that a thing that people do, or would they rather dump the experience into another unit? Do you think?
Well, you can. It actually, so the walking corpse, it costs 8 gold. So imagine you would kill a unit with a walking corpse. Now
Mm,
that walking corpse is already 0 out of 17 experience. So you only need 2 kills.
that's
You
true.
need 2 kills and 1 fight for the
Hmm.
walking corpse to level. So that's 1 kill. That's significant progress towards leveling.
Yeah.
Now level 1 walking corpse, that's just so good. It's like a level 1 gobble. If you like gobbles,
Ah.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying
I
here.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
So
soulless, I believe it's called.
yeah, soulless.
Very
So
cool name.
actually, walking corpse, you could use it against dwarves, because one thing about walking corpses is if you kill a unit with a walking corpse, depending on what unit you just killed, it can spawn a different walking corpse.
Right.
Like you would kill a merman
Uh-huh.
with a walking corpse, now you get a swimming corpse
Sure.
or a walking corpse that swims.
And I think the hit points are affected too, as well as the movement
Yeah,
types.
actually, so corpses have pretty strong bodies
Hmm.
because they go to the gym. So if you kill a Kim and make a zombie, that's a pretty strong zombie.
Yeah. They didn't
But
skip leg
okay,
day.
this is just against outlaws. So the walking corpse is just to hold the village. We probably won't see him
Probably
eating
not.
someone.
Which is unfortunate because I just want to see a big horde of zombies getting work done. But let's see. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay, we're backing off. We're backing off. We're summoning another zombie. Here we go. And another skeleton warrior. Seems like the skeleton warriors really are going to be the bread and butter for this matchup for as long as there's a ton of outlaws on the board. Just because, those axes, as you said, do so much damage.
Yeah, and they're so resilient. It's hard to ulf. Actually, skeleton warrior is pretty much the only unit that doesn't get ulfed
Mm-hmm.
on a village at day. You can even ulf a ghost,
Right.
depending on how much hit point the ghost have, what the traits the ulf has.
Sure.
It's important for the ulf to have strong.
Yeah.
But you can still ulf it with a non-strong ulf in the daytime.
Well, unfortunately for
Yeah.
him, neither of his ulfs are strong. However, both are intelligent and healthy. So maybe we'll see some leveled up ulfs. Maybe not.
Probably not. It's rare that you get to see an ulf live long enough to level.
Yeah.
But yeah. So basically, what the recruits from Undead tells me is that he's gearing up for a long-term game
Mm-hmm.
because he's recruiting all these defensive units. He's going for skeletons instead of ghosts also, so he won't be weak in the early game. So I'm really curious how this will turn out.
Me too. Let's find out. Footpad gets his healing from the village.
Okay, wow. He's going to backstab that ghost.
Yes, he is.
So many hits from the poacher. Wow.
Wow.
Backstab party.
Yeah.
5 damage. Oh,
yeah.
man.
I guess that must be a strong thief that got the kill.
Yep. 5 damage. And the ghost is also doing arcane damage in retaliation. So it doesn't steal that much HP because thieves are humans. They're not dwarves.
Right.
Yeah, they're not less vulnerable.
Yep. This is not looking so good for the undead. You know, this is only dawn, and he's already sort of getting put on the back foot. Although I think we're going to see some really, really big moves here from these adepts. I think possibly he could clear out some units here if he gets some half decent luck, right?
He might. It's still dawn. But he is fighting in his own side of the map, so, and the wolves are a little bit far away, so he could get a kill. But the thing about the right side village, that's going to be hard to retake. So
sure, that's
in
an
the
issue.
near future, unless we see Batman, but we probably won't.
What do you mean, the vampire bat just standing here and hoping he doesn't die?
Imagine it would go on the village and just dodge like it's 100%, but that's unlikely, really.
Yeah, not at 50% defense. I could see it at 70, but
yeah, because you see he has the village zocked, so it's hard to retake the village.
Sure.
I think he has only one adept in range of the thief that is closest to him. So
yes,
it's going to be hard to kill that thief. Then even if you kill the thief, you can't park a unit back on your village.
Not really.
He just takes it.
Well, what are you gonna do? Are
you did like 2-2 with the adept, then took the village with bat?
Sure.
But okay,
but just imagine how suicidal that is with the adept. He's on flat terrain, 40% defense. You know, he'd lose the adept next turn. And
yeah, those thieves would just go to two sides of the party and like I don't know, spit roast him.
Pretty much. That seemed wow.
Oh, actually, it's a female adept. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
no.
misgendered you.
Yeah, please don't do that. That's you're gonna get my Twitch account banned. No, I'm just kidding. But let's see if he goes. Oh, he does it. He does it.
Okay, he goes for it. Yeah, wow, 2-2 with an adept. That's a lot of damage.
It's because he had this warrior. I think
he doesn't get it. Okay.
He doesn't get the kill. But he does have quite a few units heading out to sort of join the fray there.
Yeah, that's a lot of units for sure.
Yeah, any attacks on the left side too?
Okay, yeah. Will this guy live? Will he die?
I think he'll live.
Next week's issue. Oh man, that one hit.
Oh! Zombies! That's what I wanted to see. He gets triple hit with that guy.
These footpads are just getting chopped to pieces. Oh my god.
Not good for the dwarf. His left front has pretty much collapsed, although he's got Ulfzerkers to back it up. I mean, look at how many units are here, you know, that he's up against.
But those wolves, they would even get killed by skeletons at daytime, so I think he won't really commit here. He was probably hoping to not lose the footpads, especially not lose it to zombie. So right now, actually, it's looking bleak for is it Caritas?
Caritas is the dwarf,
it's looking bleak for Caritas now.
Who was Matyi? Matyi,
yeah.
No S, Matyi. Got to get the names right. But yeah, Caritas.
Can you see if he has? Oh, he didn't recruit any more units to reinforce. Okay,
no,
yeah,
he didn't.
I didn't. Wow, I thought an wolf would for sure go on that side.
I think so too. Although he might be like making his way to this encampment to summit it on the right side. I don't know.
It would just get there really late. So
sure.
I mean, he's attacking. Why not reinforce? But,
I agree.
okay.
He's going to be a little light on dudes. But his position on the right side doesn't look totally awful, I guess. He'll probably get this bat at least.
Yeah, he can run away probably. The thief maybe he can run. I'm not sure. How much HP does a thief have?
28. Well, 5 out of 28. 25.
So actually, the bat could pursue the thief and kill it.
Sure.
So at this point, perhaps he should trade the thief for the bat. I mean,
yeah.
Thief has a good chance to die anyway.
Sure.
There's
Well,
no real danger of Undead pushing into his side of the map and taking his villages, though, which is good
right.
for Caritas. But the real story on the left side, losing those footpads, that's so brutal.
Sure.
That's 28 gold and the experience and the corpse.
Yeah.
The corpse is 8 gold recruiting on the battlefield.
Yes, on
So
the
that's
battlefield.
like 36, more than 36 gold worth of
Yeah,
gold swing from
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that on the right side, here's what I anticipate is going to happen, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's going to get this bat out of the way one way or another, and I think he's going to probably try to park this fully, full hit point thief on the village, because with 70% defense, he might very well be able to hold that for a very long time, but maybe not. I don't know.
I think perhaps the adept, because of the adept, it would be better to put the poacher on the village, but
Maybe.
also the poacher makes some range retail. No, I'm talking about the full HP poacher.
Where's the... Oh, down here. Oh, he can reach that,
Yeah.
can't he? If we
But
clear out the bat.
he's also not that durable. He's only 31 hit points because he is strong and quick. So
Yeah.
he would die from full adept hits from 2 adepts.
Yes, he would.
So,
All right, well, let's
Yeah.
find out exactly what happens here. Wow, all right.
okay, wow, he
Griffin
goes for it.
and just whiffs.
Yeah,
This is...
that bird is blind.
Yeah. I don't know about this. I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
So he actually goes for the kill. He moved.
Okay,
You're
he
right. He
gets it.
pulls the full hit point poachers on the
and he
On the
backs off. Okay,
village. Yeah, he backs off with the injured thief, which makes sense because, wow, that's a clever use of Zoc. The poacher blocks the thief. Although, I mean, if this skeleton wants to overextend a little bit, he could just, like, roll over here and kill this poacher probably, right?
Well, actually, he can't kill the poacher because
he
he only
can't.
does 5-3 a day. And the poacher,
Yeah.
he has 50% defense in the swamp. That's pretty special for a human unit.
It's true.
It's because he is experienced in going into swamps to hunt animals. So
Yeah, he's
pretty
from,
good at it. Yeah.
he grew up in Louisiana, and he really...
That guy is Bear Grylls right there.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. What about this left side, though? Are we going to see some... I mean, we have to see some Ulfzerker action now. But what's interesting to me is the Undead now has sort of a choice as to what's going to fight the Ulfzerkers. I mean, well, no, the Zoc is kind of stopping him. Because, like, what makes the most sense, right, is to have skeletons go over and do it. Especially from favorable terrain like this keep. Or castle,
Yeah,
I should say.
I actually didn't even see that the Griffin could go all around. Perhaps it was possible to prevent the Griffin from encircling his units because now he cannot retreat his units.
Right.
And they are on bad ground. The skeletons are whittled down, and the wolves are getting close.
Right.
I think it must have been possible to stop the Griffin from zocking all his units. Now it looks kind of dangerous.
Yeah, his whole army is kind of trapped here, isn't it?
In fact,
Although
the skeletons at such low HP, they may not even win against the wolves.
that's true. I don't know. I think that we could also see, with very clever play, I bet that Matyi could use these corpses to just keep reinforcing on the field. Like he may very well have a flying griffin zombie soon, which would be pretty great.
A flying corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just it would take a lot of adept hits though to get that Griffin dead. So I guess we'll find out in this turn whether he manages to, his adepts will hit or if they forgot their spells.
Well, he's going for it.
1, okay. 2,
He's going with the
3 hits. Okay, wow.
Oh, he gets it. He gets it.
Oh wow. Oh, okay, so this was in 1.12, so that's why the Griffin is a Drake zombie, I think. It looks like a Drake zombie. So
Yeah, I
actually
noticed that.
Yeah, when the game was updated, we got different zombies also. And that's really cool, but right now it's the Drake zombie.
That looks so
okay.
bizarre.
Yeah.
Like, he just sort of morphed into a Drake when he died. I mean, I actually like that art, but... that little pixel art, but it's not quite right, is it?
Yeah, well, it's been changed, so yeah,
Sure,
guys,
sure.
Wesnoth 1.14 is a lot better.
Yeah. Look at this movement, though. Like, how nice is that he just gets a scout unit, which is actually not bad at fighting either. It's got the same offense as any other zombie, but it has more hit
Has
points.
more hit points. Yeah, that's actually a big deal.
Just amazing movement. I mean, that's a solid addition to this front. Now on the right side, I would say that I don't think that Matyi messed up, but he did create kind of a dangerous situation because he blasted the thief with his adept and happened to miss. So this thief is very close to being immortal. You know, 13 out of 15.
Yeah, definitely. That
Experience.
thief, he can just poke on the adept, actually.
That's true.
If he so wishes, and then he would have an immortal thief who
Yes, he
cannot die in the daytime. However, there is a zombie. Okay, so the zombie is level 0. That's why it gives no experience for fighting with it. So actually, it wouldn't be really immortal because he could still potentially use the zombie to hit. But okay, it would be on like 60%, 70%. It's hard to kill that.
Sure.
Thief. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a level 2 thief. I guess a rogue. Do they get? Does the rogue get poison or no? They don't get poison until level 3.
The rogue doesn't poison. However, she gains a ranged attack. It's a little bit of damage, and she can also skirmish. So imagine that thief would level up. She can just get right out of there because skirmisher ability ignores any zone of control. Zoc.
Wow.
So you can just go home.
Yes, she could. Is that a she? I can never tell from the tile.
It's a girl, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? Alright. You gotta look for the slight indentation on the chest there. It's very, very easy to miss. But, you know,
very,
a connoisseur.
Thanks, Malcolm, for instructing us about looking for slight indentations
well,
on people's chests.
You know, a connoisseur like myself will always be able to pick that out.
Yes, the gentleman as ever.
A gentleman and a scholar will always know.
Okay, one hit with that adept.
Alright,
man,
the skeletons are going down.
2-2, okay. That guy just gets smashed. Okay, okay, one...
Kind of a waste of an Ulf
from the
Circuit.
Ulf. And that Ulf is laughing a lot.
Yes,
because
he
he's
is.
going to kill that adept. This is a small Easter egg in the game.
Yeah. I actually,
they only laugh when attacking adepts.
The first time that happened to me, I was playing single player, and I actually busted out laughing myself. I was the greatest. I don't know, I enjoyed it a lot.
When it happened to me, I was like 12 or something, so I just got so scared.
Oh, he goes for the
backstab.
He goes for the kill with the almost dead thief. What terrain is he on? 70% defense? He might very well live.
70%, yeah. That thief now is on the brink of leveling.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the village, and it's even protected by the poacher, guarding it well, actually, he would be able to hit it with 4 units anyway, so it doesn't matter there.
Right.
But, okay, yeah, it's a tough situation on the right side for Undead.
It is, although on the left side, I still think he's doing okay, especially since this Walking Corpse, one more attack, and he, you know, he gets to level up, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it all depends on, the left side depends on how many hits he can do and whether he can make more corpses for his undead kingdom.
Yeah, I want to see this zombie army happen, you know, I really want to see this just go wild.
A zombie, I'm not sure about how good zombies are against wolves. If the wolves is not strong, it would take 5 hits to kill the zombie. And he's at 30%. So maybe there's some hope, but okay, the safer play might be to like just use the skeleton.
I think he uses the adept to get some damage on it first, and then you might very well see the Ulfzerker die to a zombie. I'm not sure.
Could do. Adept could also be used to zap a thief or something, but
true. Well, let's see.
Yeah. Okay, Skelly.
There's a Skelly. That's a pretty safe play.
Let's see how well the wolf can do before he dies. Of course he will die. He doesn't have any chance.
He's doing poorly, I think. Or really just the skeleton's doing extremely well.
These guys are just asking each other so many questions, and I think Wolf doesn't have any answers.
No, he cannot answer those axed questions. Alright, as you say, he goes for the...
2-2, wow.
Oh, wow.
1 hit, 2 hits!
Wow.
Okay, wow, yeah, that really was huge, what he did with a corpse there. He gets level 1 corpse, and that corpse, he's a real damage dealer now.
Sure. Although, I want to say something...
Skelly.
There's something kind of weird about that last turn. I'll talk about it after this is over, though, because I want to see...
1, 2, miss.
Oh, he gets it, he gets it.
And he hits him, oh, okay.
This is looking bad for the dwarf.
Yeah, the game really turned around this turn, I think.
Alright, so here's the thing I want to talk about. Maybe this was a misplay on Matyi's part, or maybe I'm just missing something, but you see this corpse here? He moved this corpse around to this water, this ford, right? But he didn't attack with it. As soon as he entered that square, he was zocked by the enemy, so he couldn't move anymore. Then he moved this guy over and attacked. Why did he do that, I wonder, if he was going to attack with this anyway first without attacking with him?
Yeah, that's probably a mistake, because he could, of course, he could get lucky with the first corpse and deal 2/2. But I think the way he was thinking was he was just expecting to not get lucky and need, level the first corpse from 1 XP.
Right.
And then use the other one to get the kill. Well, okay, you get lucky sometimes, so
sure. It's
good to plan that. In the off chance maybe you would get lucky, it's good to have a plan for that as well.
Right. Yeah, assume that, because you're just denying yourself opportunities, because you could have swung with this walking corpse on a footpad. Although I guess he might not have. I don't know. No, he probably would have. Yeah, impact minus 20%. I feel like he would have swung.
Yeah, he could have. It's not a big deal that he didn't, though.
Sure, it's not like he could chase him down.
Definitely good for you to point out. Actually pretty, instructive for all the newbies out there.
Cool. Okay, we see more footpads.
Well, actually, I'm a bit worried now because, okay, so no, never mind. The wolf cannot reach the leader. Yeah, he's not quick. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that an wolf could kill the leader.
No reason to be worried. False alarm.
Alright, so we got that level 2 rogue now.
I mean, that's just a... Okay, yeah, so... No hits, okay. That poacher will become a zombie next turn.
Yeah, so here's our first level 2 of the game, I believe. Well, actually, no, no, it's the first level 2. Not the first level up, since the Soulless went from, level 0 to level 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you say, she has a 4/3 ranged attack now. Not the best thing in the world, but at least she can counterattack adepts.
Good against adepts, yeah.
Right. What would be interesting is if he swings with this corpse and lands a kill on this poacher, Yeah,
that poacher, I mean, imagine how it must feel. You did all your damage, but the corpse survived, and then the corpse might kill you now.
Yeah, and then he just gets more value.
He tried so hard, and he got so far,
but in the end,
it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter. Although, he could swing, whiff, and then get daggered, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's just like Resident Evil, man.
Yeah, this is starting to look a bit like Resident Evil.
Okay,
Big damage.
This adepts has been doing 2 out of 2 the whole game. Yeah. Another 2 out of 2.
Another zombie.
Wow, what you gotta... Okay, wow, these zombies, man. They're just hitting like they have aimbot.
He's just following this very straightforward plan where he weakens things and then finishes it off with zombies. I love it. Although this didn't work out so well for him.
Yeah, those skeletons, they took a lot of retail. Those footies, they're just evil units against undead.
Okay, he does it.
Okay. Oh man. Okay.
This level 2's in trouble.
Will she die? She has only 20 hit points left. Okay, 1 hit. Only 2 hits left needed.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's done.
Looks like she'll get
GG.
chopped. She gets chopped.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And actually there's 2 skeletons that are relatively close to leveling now. And the level 2 skeleton does even more damage. So if this guy over here gets 1 more kill, he gets to become either a Revenant or a Deathblade, both of which are incredible.
Deathblade, and that Deathblade actually has 6 movement points,
wow.
And it does 5 attacks of 8 damage each. So at nighttime, get this, the Deathblade would be doing 50 potential damage.
That's pretty outrageous. That's pretty insane.
I mean, again, especially against swishy units like footpads and thieves, no chance. Just gets chopped to pieces, even harder.
So this is starting to look a little overwhelming on this side of the map. It's just pouring forward with these hordes of undead, and I don't see a whole lot of backup coming to support Blue Caritas's line here. You know?
Yeah, definitely. It's already nighttime. The skeletons, I mean, they're not dead yet. They can still take some units to kill, and then you have that adept who has been just. I mean, that adept must play CS:GO or something with how much he hits.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
got the aimbot.
ridiculous. Yeah, and there's new units reinforcing. It's looking really bad for Caritas right now.
Speaking of Caritas, I think he's getting. Is he getting trash talked here? Perhaps. What's Carry is overrated, Elder of Zion says. Still raging, Hydrogen says. Come on, guys, what's going on?
And Elder of Zion says, "Sure, kid, XD." So yeah, I mean, trash talking. I guess to some extent, it's normal in competitive
Sure.
games.
No, I like
Players
it
get
personally.
heated, they get fired up, and then they start trash talking each other.
Yeah. Well, what's funny to
Okay,
me is that
yeah.
it's the observers rather than the actual players. So,
Yeah, and they're talking in observer chat also, so I guess he's trash talking from a safe distance.
okay.
I mean,
The peanut
that's
gallery.
the good strategy. If you want to trash talk, just
Sure.
trash talk in a way that he doesn't really know about it, right?
Exactly. It's a secret trash talk. It's the safest play for sure.
Okay, yeah. So can Caritas do something this turn?
He does already.
2 hits.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
wow.
bringing it back.
Yeah, those footpads are so angry.
They're not happy about. Oh wow.
Almost.
It's the 7
Imagine
damage.
if that footpad would just bonk the adept on the head.
Sure.
But he missed. Okay. And now we get to find out about the wolf. But I think the wolf has a good chance of losing. Will he make it? Okay. Oh, the wolf won. But
Slaughters the zombie. Really.
that zombie was on 60%, so he made a lot of retail already.
Right. Hey, we see a new unit. He makes a fighter, which is
yeah, dwarvish fighter, our first dwarf of the game.
You know, it is arguable, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's arguable that the dwarvish fighter is bar none the best level 1 unit in the whole game. What do you think about that statement?
Well, actually, it is pretty good, especially if you're playing survivals, because he can go on a mountain or on a keep or a hill and enjoy 60% or 70% defense. And he has a lot of resistances, and he levels to good units also. But if I had to say one best unit of the game, it has to be the Drake Clasher.
Krogan is correcting us, by the way.
Yeah.
He says that the zombie was actually on 50% because he had bird defense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, thanks, Krogan.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't realize that either.
I didn't. It's rare that we get to see bird zombies, so you must forgive me. I mean,
yeah, they inherit
zombie.
They inherit everything, I guess, except for damage. You know, movement, defense on terrain, and hit points. But not
resistance is also a big
and
deal.
Resistances. Yeah. Wait, do they inherit resistances? Are you sure about that?
They do to some extent. It's kind of weird because you still have the arcane vulnerability, but like for dwarf corpses, you still get the dwarf resistances. For Drake corpses, you get the Drake resists, stuff like that. Yeah.
Sure, interesting. But I'm guessing that the arcane is just hard set to minus 40%, even if it's a human.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like it. Very interesting. Very cool stuff. All right. Got some healing zombies. Big 12 damage.
2-2, man, these adepts, they're just hitting so much this game. I'm so excited.
Well,
he gets bumped in
the
the head.
footpad does some very big retail.
And that footpad was shielding the wolf, but he died, so now the wolf is going to get massacred.
Yep.
Damn.
Although the Undead's playing a dangerous game, just hanging out with his leader.
Oof. Just gets a rock to the face.
But these zombies can't be stopped.
He finishes with a zombo. Yeah, I mean, these zombies, they're just so pesky.
Yeah.
Once you get a zombie, you get more zombies because they can also make more zombies, and it just never ends.
It's a steamroll.
It's so annoying.
It's like a snowball going down a hill. It just keeps getting bigger. Very interesting.
Yeah, and then that snowball's made of undead corpses, and they will eat your face soon.
You know, and that tells me this fighter is honestly a really smart decision, I think, in the face of zombies. Like, I think this is probably, if I had to guess, this is like the best unit for fighting zombies on the dwarf side, wouldn't you say? Just because he's
It's
big.
pretty good, yeah.
He's big, he does good damage, he has some impact resist, you know?
Yeah, and it's good for fighting skeleton. It's just a good unit. But the
Yeah.
main thing about dwarves, you can see they have 4 movement point only.
Right. That is very small.
Low units. Unless you have quite a lot of dwarves. I mean, just to fill your side of the map, it's quite easy to just run around the dwarf and like attack on somewhere else, maybe.
Sure, sure. Well,
so it's a defensive unit. Oh,
yeah.
okay. So he levels.
He does.
Okay, yeah. Footpad. This guy leveled to an outlaw.
I don't know if I've ever seen an outlaw before in an online game ever, but I'm a little bit of a noob, so.
Well, it's a good unit for sure. I mean, he can throw 3 rocks now instead of just 2.
Oh.
And that's a big deal.
That
I
is
mean, if
brutal.
you throw rocks, you know what I'm talking about, guys.
Oh yeah.
So
does he? I assume he does more damage too. So
yeah.
Is he doing 8 damage per hit?
And 7-3. So yeah, actually 7-3. I mean,
9.
That's
skeletons.
like yeah, against the skeletons especially. That's a lot of damage.
9,
Even
18,
if you shoot
27.
it with an adept, imagine you would get 2 rocks in the face. That's like half your adept's HP already.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal.
That's amazing.
So actually, it's really good that he leveled up this unit because now he might have some chance of surviving until day. It's already second watch, and these adepts, maybe they will get banned from their from Steam for using so much
too
hacks.
many aimbots, too many hacks, and they're gonna take a vacation.
Who knows?
A vacation.
So yeah, curious to find out whether they keep hitting or not.
He's going for the outlaw. He
2 hits.
He doesn't like that this outlaw is here.
Ooh, he misses again. Okay, yeah, that guy still has a lot of HP left. So will he do it? Oh,
he
so
can't.
actually he tried to. I think what he tried to do was suicide the corpse.
Yeah.
So that he would have the hex free to attack with another unit.
I think so
okay,
too.
The corpse lived. That outlaw is on pretty high HP. It's a pretty low HP. Sorry, pretty low HP now though. So
check this out.
might see him die. Yep.
Check this out. I think I know what he was trying to do. You're right. He wanted to suicide on the outlaw, but on top of that, he wanted to get the kill. Well, no, he had already moved the Soulless away into his Zoc spot, so he couldn't do that. I was going to say maybe he was trying to get the kill with the Soulless, because that would have healed the Soulless, right? If he killed a level 2
good
unit.
point, actually.
But
that Soulless, he has 25 out of 30 hit points. So what happens when you get a unit that can't level up anymore, but he can, have a full HP bar? He does an after experience max level advancement. AMLA, we say. So he would just get full healed, and he gets +3 max hit points. But really, it's more about the full healing.
He probably should have gone for the attack, I think, with the Soulless, just for, to guarantee, well, not guarantee, but to sort of make it more likely that the outlaw dies. He could have very well gotten the kill if he had done that.
He could have. Actually, it's also, but here, also consider this, that the outlaw is level 2, and the level 2, he gives 16 experience when he dies.
Point.
So maybe he would want to level another unit.
That's a fair point.
Maybe the corpse, if he got lucky, maybe the skeleton next turn.
It was an interesting play. It went about as bad for him as it could have gone, but if he had gotten that kill, I agree, that would have been extremely, extremely good for the Undead, so I could see it.
Well, it's still looking pretty good.
It is,
still
for
got hit
sure.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, he's almost dead.
Yeah. Even silver rating CSGO players can kill the outlaw if they get enough hits.
Well, it looks like the outlaw just got another kill. Dwarf seems a bit overextended to me. He's just going for it.
His units were already stuck. It's not a question of being overextended or not.
He's trapped, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Still, these guys, they look like lambs to the slaughter over here to some degree. Look how surrounded they are.
That footy, he will get trapped next turn. The skeleton may level. Any unit could get the kill on the outlaw, and then it would look really bad.
I think that Matyi is definitely he's got a commanding lead here.
I think it's
based on what I'm seeing.
Almost over. At this point, after seeing so many corpses, I would get sad and I would GG.
All right. Well, let's see how long it drags on. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, I guess I don't see how the dwarf can come back from this.
Well, also we have to say he has been taking Undead's villages, but okay,
It's
against
true.
this many units and all his units are dying,
And there's
it's
a
looking
level
bad
2
for him.
skeleton now.
There you go. That's a death blade. This guy is back from the dead to revenge harder than ever. So he he just kills those outlaws, those footpads like they never had a second chance.
Right.
Even the skeleton getting okay, I mean that footpad is on the brink of dying.
5 attacks.
He will die. Yeah.
5
Even the death
attacks.
blade at day, he will do 6-5 only at day. But okay, against the squishy
Look at this
footpad or
guy.
thief,
Look at this pimp.
still 8-5. I mean, even at daytime, 8-5, 40 damage at day for a chaotic unit.
Sure.
Sign me up, man.
Yeah, man,
I want to be that guy.
that's a lot of damage possible. Wow, I mean, I just don't see how Dwarf comes back from this. Like, this is just so
Yeah.
ugly. And you mentioned the villages, but, like, the economic difference is really not, I don't know, 11 to 7? It doesn't seem commanding enough to make up.
It's economic damage, but it's also the experience. As
Sure.
you know, from last game that we casted, the experience makes a big difference.
Well,
And
also we've got kind of a unique thing going on here that we haven't seen before with regards to the zombies, is like you can do all the economic damage you want, but it's being mitigated to some degree when your opponent is getting free,
yeah, good point.
free
Actually,
zombies
yeah.
the whole time, you know?
And the zombies, they don't actually cost any upkeep to maintain because
Sure.
they're just corpses. So
Does
you can
the
have a lot of
Soulless
units.
does the
Yeah.
Soulless have upkeep?
It does actually.
Okay,
But
so
okay, I mean, I would love to pay upkeep for a soulless if you're asking
sure.
me. Yeah,
Not even
it's a good
sure.
unit.
I'm not even sure where that's listed, the upkeep cost of a particular unit.
Just because it's level 0, level 0 units don't pay
Okay,
upkeep.
I see. So he's healing up his Soulless.
Yep,
And
all
all of
these
his
zombies
zombies.
healing. And that footpad finally gets hunted down. These admins, man, I have to say, they've gotten so many hits this game. It's crazy.
Well, that's to be expected
Even
to some
getting
degree,
chopped.
right?
Well, it is, but okay, an admin 2 out of 2, that's 49% chance.
That's true.
You should expect him to at least miss sometimes. They're allowed to miss, you might say, but these guys, they're not allowed to miss.
Right.
And these adepts and the death blade. Okay, will he hit? Will he hit? 1 hit,
He
2
gets
hits,
it, he
3
gets it.
hits, 3 hits out of 5. That guy just got he got destroyed.
He got slaughtered.
Now Caritas GG's and Matyi is our victor.
Matyi is the winner, and I think Deathblade is sort of the MVP. Once you see him roll out onto the board and start just erasing your dudes, I mean, you have to just accept defeat, I think, at that point, unless you have some trick up your sleeve to take him out. But I think this would have just... I think Caritas did the smart thing, you know, and accepted that it was over. There was just too much.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Deathblade, if he doesn't die, he just makes so much damage.
Right.
The thing about Deathblade, though, is that he has pretty low hit points, 39 only, as opposed to melee skeleton level 1, which still has 34 hit points. So that's, for a level 2, that's actually a pretty squishy unit. Combine it with the fact that you're using it in melee.
Right.
So he's basically always going to be taking some retail, because... I mean, everything has melee damage.
He's like an undead Ulfzerker almost.
Yeah, almost. I mean, this guy, he's like, it's delicate. It's a delicate unit, but if you use him and he does the damage and he survives, it's so deadly.
Sure, for sure.
So yeah, wow. I mean, after this game, how do you feel about Undead?
I feel good about them. Although I think this is like a particularly amazing showing, considering how the sort of the walking corpse situation went. I'm unsure how common that is, but I know that if I play Undead, I'm gonna definitely try to cheese this as well in as many matchups as it makes sense in. Just because, I mean...
Oh yeah, you're sold on walking corpses now?
I mean, yeah, it certainly can work, at least in this particular matchup. Although I will say that it worked in Matyi's favor that... Caritas's opening was so non-standard with all the, what did you call it, Hodor?
Hodor, yeah,
Hotter.
or Hodor, yeah.
Hold
Okay.
the door.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like that was a lot of very. That's not to say foot pads are bad; they're actually really good in this matchup, as I can see. But kind of fragile human units, that will actually die pretty easily to the zombies. I think that probably worked out really well in Matyi's favor. That's part of what let him get such a steamroll of zombies.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, when I first saw the first walking corpse, I didn't even think it would end like this. I didn't think that it would be a zombie apocalypse, but turned out like that. I
Well, that's what
mean,
I was
you
hoping
never know.
for. So I was pleasantly surprised to see it actually happen. I just wanted to see
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
mean, it's like
zombies.
real life. You never know if a zombie apocalypse is going to happen.
It's
It just
true.
can happen, and like all your friends are zombies. That's like The Walking Dead.
That's true. Actually, I'm reminded of what's that game that you ever play that game where you're like trapped in a shopping mall and you're a reporter or something, and there's just zombies everywhere. And the longer you take to finish
Hmm.
the game, the more zombies show up. I can't remember the name, but really really good
Sounds
zombie
like a
game.
lot of zombie games.
That's
I don't
true. They
know.
all kind of blend together, don't they?
Like malls and zombies. Come on,
Malls and
man.
zombie. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anyway, yeah, I think you wanted to do one more game. Dead
Yeah.
Rising.
So,
Hey, Envy just named it for me. That is Dead
all
Rising.
right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, MV. So the next game is on 1.14. So it might take a little bit just to load up 1.14 unless you have it ready.
I do not. I do not have it ready.
It's okay.
Because Wesnoth is a little bit weird, and unfortunately, you cannot play old replays in the newer versions. So let's stop the stream here and take just like a little intermission, and I'll just kind of conveniently cut this up into two different videos for YouTube. We'll stay on the stream. I'm just gonna like sort of pause things for a minute. So
Sure.
just
No worries.
one moment. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.